Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your resident Ribbit here, Noble, and we're back again with another Handcam stream. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off yesterday with our candy coating project. And I see a couple of new faces in chat, so we're going to go over just quickly what we're trying to do. Alright, so we're going to be trying to paint Gunpla kit using hand brushing, so manually with a paintbrush without using any of the airbrushing or anything like that. And we're going to be trying to do a candy coat. And for those of you who don't understand, a candy coat basically is like this. So kind of like a metallic sheen, but not a straight metallic red, right? It's got basically 3 layers, which is first one being black gloss, the second one is a silver layer, and last but not least we have a clear red coat giving it the metallic red look. So yesterday we've already gotten our black gloss applied, as you can see here. These pieces all have the black gloss applied, and so today we are going to be painting on the silver coat. So, without further ado, let me just turn down the, not the mic, turn down background music. Let's get started. First things first, we will need to mix our paints. So today we're going to be using the silver, and then we're going to be thinning it out. But I think I have an old bottle of silver left over, so we're going to see how much paint we have left in here. Okay, so we still got a bit. We still have a bit of paint to work with, which is good. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some thinner into it, and we're going to stir it up a bit and see what that gets us. So as always, we're going to be using the Mr. Hobby brand paint thinner. And this is the thinner used for hand brushing. The biggest difference for this type of thinner being that it slows down the drying time of our acrylic paints. Alright, so it looks like we still got a good amount of paint in here. If you can see. And then I think we can thin it out even more too. And then I'll probably just use it directly out of the bottle. We won't need the tray, which is great. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit more thinner in there. And as for specific ratios, I'm kind of just going by gut feeling. We're just gonna wing it. If it looks right, it looks right. If it doesn't, well, we can always adjust. So let's just stir it up. Candy coat? It's this. Basically what we have on the spoon right now. So you can see how it's like a metallic red. But it's not quite as simple as a metallic red, right? It's more of like a pearlescent. Yeah. And usually, the thing is, usually people use an airbrush for this, right? Because it gets an more even coat. Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of clear. And the reason why people use an airbrush, right, is because you get a more even coat. And it's got less, it doesn't have brush strokes. So when you use a hand brush, what usually ends up happening is because when you brush it, it leaves the brush marks in your paint, and when it dries, it kind of has like that brushed look, right? And you don't really want that for when you're doing a pearl coat or candy coat. And so the fix for that is what we're doing right now is that we're thinning our paint to, one, slow down the drying time, which gives us a lot more time to apply it onto all the parts. And by slowing it down and thinning it out, it also gives it time to level, so become more even. I'll just clean up the mixing stick. And what we're looking for is going to be a nice, consistent... By thinning your paints. So you fix it literally by thinning your paint and making it more liquidy. When you make it more liquid, as it's drying, it will self-level. So it will kind of like auto-correct over time, assuming you give it enough time to dry. Yeah. So let's get started. So you can see here this black layer that I've painted on, right? This was done yesterday, and with the same idea, right? Because it's hand brushed and you want an even coat, I ended up thinning my paints a little more so that it will be able to self-level and dry out over time. So hopefully this is mixed up enough. Might be a little on the thin side actually, but that's good. No, this is fine. Yeah. Here we go. So I went long, so this time we'll go across. So you can kind of see how there's brush strokes. Oh, the corner is that's the jar of paint. We can ignore that for now. I'm working out of the jar this time instead of a tray, because if we work off the tray and we have extra left over, I'm gonna have to pour it back in anyway. So to save me the hassle, I'm just working directly out of the bottle. There's not much left anyway, so it's fine. And then if we have to, then we'll open a new one and work out of the tray there. You can see the silver coat is coming on. Oh, in the corner of the stream? That's Arknights, lol. I just have it on my main screen right now. I'll put on a auto battle or something later. Arknights is a tower defense, gotcha. Oh, these are some of the parts I had from yesterday. I'm just gonna go and move them out of the way real quick before they keep tipping over. That's the summer skin, or that's Chen Alter. It's a swimsuit. It's fine. It's safe. Yeah. Oh, Gavin was asking. Yeah, there are a couple of them. But I'm still new to Arknight, so I don't have a lot of the characters. There's a bit of an extra strand here of bristle on this paintbrush. Oh, candy coat? Give me 1 second. Let me just get this bristle off of my paintbrush first. Okay. So, candy coat, K-Billion. This right here. It's like a clear coat of paint, but it's got a metallic accent to it. Right? And basically it is made up of 3 layers. A black gloss coat, a metallic, usually a silver, and then a clear coat of any color. So for example, if you wanted a red candy coat, you would use clear red, which is what we're going to be doing this time, is we're going to be using a clear red paint, right? And then our middle layer is always going to be the silver, because silver as a color makes it easy for your clear coat to show. So you'll be able to see what the coat is. Now, if you use something like gold or a different metallic underneath, it will still work. You will just have a different final product, right? So really the sky's the limit if that's what you want to do. So we're just trying to get the... Alright, we might actually need to thin this out a little more, but it is fine because this is just a head. But it is definitely feeling a bit thick. It's mostly for fun. So I build plastic model kits as a hobby, but I've been getting more and more into it as like trying to customize or paint kits. So I do have a couple of kits that have been painted, and perhaps eventually, once I get more proficient at it, we can start thinking about things like commissions or actual projects. One of the things that I do maybe want to do in the future is attend like conventions with a... Dude, I don't know how to make bot commands, man. I'm still new to this. Chill. But yeah, like one of the things I do want to do is attend like those gunpla competitions or plastic modeling competitions. Contests, I guess they call them, where you'd submit a custom kit based on a theme that they give you. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the tip, Law. I'm going to take a look at the bot commands, and we'll probably have it for next stream, but this time I'll just answer it manually if people ask. It's fine. I'm just gonna grab more thinner for the paint. Wait, Law, can you set it up for me? Do you have the perms to set it up or no? Yeah, I see the Discord that you sent me. But like, do you have the ability to set it up, or do I have to do it myself? Oh, okay. So, yeah. Okay, I definitely need to thin this out a bit more, huh? Okay, that's what we'll do. And then I think in another tray. Gavin, we're setting up Discord bots. So Law here is my mod. And And we're gonna try to set up some bot commands. So let me... Do you have Stream Elements? Yes, I do have Stream Elements on. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, if you can help me get that done for next time. Do I use Stream Elements? Yeah, I do. Okay. What perms do you need, Law? Do you need the editor or full perms? Oh wait, bot supervisor. Has bot manager. Okay, I can give you editor, yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I think I sent it to you. Alright, so we have some thinner on our brush now. Let's just dab that off. We're going to take our piece here, which I think the paint was a bit too thick. And we're just going to go over the top of it with some thinner. And by doing this, it's kind of like correcting the excess paint. Oh. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, that's one piece done. As you can see, we've got our nice silver coat on, and now we're just going to let that cure. So the other downside, once again, the biggest downside with hand brushing is the curing time. It does take a long time to dry and cure. So it's likely that we'll need to continue the painting on a different day. I'm going to go with this armor next. Oh. That just tipped over. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside real quick. Yeah. Let's grab some more paint. Yeah, it's definitely thinned out. So once again, we'll just go along where there's the black coat. Okay, a lot thinner than last time. Good. We don't want it to. We don't want to go too thick right out the gate. You can even kind of start to see the effect, right? With a thin coat, it's not like silver all the way around. You can still see some of the black peeking through, and that's kind of what we want. Now, obviously, we don't want it to be like splotchy. We do want an even silver coat. So we're going to hit it with another layer. But we don't need to go all out at once, right? You might be wondering why there's like red sticking out, like it's not painted or something. That's on purpose, because this is a peg hole for one of the parts in the future. When we assemble it, it's gonna be plugged in, and so if you paint it now, it's gonna be too thick and the peg's not gonna go through, which is why we're trying to avoid painting this peg hole as much as possible. Now you might be wondering, oh, okay, so if you do accidentally get paint in there, what can you do to fix it? Well, it's not that difficult to fix, because all you just need to do is get the paint out, which means you can probably put a file into it and just sand out whatever you need to, you know, take out. Oh, there we go. This is coming on a lot nicer now. Alright, so what we can do is once this dries somewhat, we can go over it with a second coat. Yeah. And what that second coat's going to do is, one, level it, and then two, we'll get more coverage. The final product? Well, I don't have it yet, the final product. It's still a work in progress. Oh, but if you want to know what the kit that I'm building is, it's, I don't know if you can see it. This one here. The HG 1144 Grimgird from Iron Blooded Orphans. So here, let me just show you an action pose. This is the kit that we're building. Yeah. And so I'm going to be doing just a candy coat on all the red armors. We're probably going to be doing some detail work on the inner frame as well. So painting those inside, you see the black armored bits? Like, say this forearm here. We're going to be painting that too. Probably gunmetal, metallic black, and then maybe some gold trimmings. I haven't decided too much on what the details or the inner frame is going to look like. I just know I want the outer frame to be a candy coat red. Yep. So it depends, right? If you want to paint it like straight out of the box, okay, let's just talk building a 1144 model kit, right? Straight out of the box. If you want to just build it straight out of the box, you can probably get a kit done in a day, maybe half a day if you're fast, right? But if you want to paint it, it really depends on what the level of complexity is. So with a candy coat, especially if hand painting, it's definitely going to be a lot more complex. For me, and it also depends on how many of these alligator clips. So you see these alligator clips, right? I'm actually gated by how many of these I have. So it's not like I can do a full kit or paint a full kit in one sitting. I kind of have to break it up and stagger it across multiple days. Luckily, I do have a little more alligator clips today, so we can get painting on some other ones. But let me just go over kind of what goes into painting a kit, right? So first, and I do have some samples. So first, what you need to do is you need to cut them all out, right? You need to cut all of the pieces out. And when you cut them out, you can't just leave it as is. There's what we call nub marks when a piece is attached to the gate. Oh, thank you for the follow, Sandy. Welcome, welcome. So when you cut a piece out of the gate, the runner, there's nub marks where the piece meets the gate. And that requires you to trim. So things like side cutters or sanding to smooth it out. After you smoothed it out, then you need to prime it, right? So it's like painting a wall, for example. You want to put a layer of primer so that the paint actually sticks, right? And so priming all of it, all of the entire kit can maybe take 1 or 2 days. And then you're starting to paint. Now, painting it, depending on what paint kind of design you're going for, this one is 3 layers at least, right? So that means at least 3 days. So 3 days and then staggered by a couple of days because you need to stage your painting. This can take probably weeks, right? It can take a couple of weeks in order to finish painting a full kit. Obviously, there's a lot of things that goes into it that you can do to speed up the process. For example, an airbrush, right? If you get an airbrush, that will... until I'm done, actually. So I don't know how many parts of these streams I'm going to be doing. We're going to be doing this until we finish the entire kit. Oh, I think this turned out okay. But yeah, so this can take weeks or months of actual work, right? And if you get an airbrush, it helps you speed things up just because when you airbrush, the thinner that you use for an airbrush actually accelerates the drying process. So it makes it dry faster, which means you can get, theoretically, more work done. You can get more coats of paint on to a piece in shorter amount of time, right? I think there's a lot of paint buildup on the helmet, so we're gonna try and smooth it out, just going over it with a dry brush and getting rid of some of the excess and smoothing it out. Oh, there's a little bit of chipping. That's fine. Okay. I'm doing well, Sandy. How are you? Oh, what am I doing? I'm painting a Gundam. So we are painting the HG 1144 Grimgird from Iron Blooded Orphans. I don't know if you're familiar with the Gundam series, IBO, but it's one of the newer ones. I think the last major series right before Witch from Mercury. I actually really like, I think I like Iron Blooded Orphans the most. Or it's up there with my favorite Gundam series of all time. All right, so at this step, actually, even once we're done painting the silver, before we go for the gold paint, we're probably going to have to panel line this as well. So we'll see how many layers of paint do we need for it to be a clean silver coat. What am I going to do when I hit 60? Well, we'll go for 70. All right, small steps. We'll take it one step at a time. Oh. I think this one came on a lot nicer than the previous armpit piece. So like if you look at it from this side angle where the light hits it, it really looks like a very solid silver. But if you look facing straight on, you can see some of the black peeking through. And that's why we use a black gloss coat. Celebration? No, we'll do a celebration when we hit 100. How's that? $100 followers or 10 subs, we'll do a celebration stream. But for now, it's we're just vibing, so. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, 10 subs. 10 subs or 100 followers. Okay, so one side's a little bit smudged. We're gonna have to fix that up a bit. Just go over it gently. There we go. All right, we'll set this aside to dry. I think we can go back to the previous art pace. What happens at 10 subs? I do a celebration stream. Something special. We'll see. Undecided what? But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Or when we get close, because we're quite far from it still. Let's not jump the gun too much. Yeah? All right. So this right here, this is the Grimgir's face mask. I thought the black went on this one the best of all. But brother. Thanks, Law, for the gifted sub. You really don't have to. Gavin doesn't deserve it, man. Come on, man. But yeah, well, thanks a lot for the gifted. All right, let's hope the silver sticks on just as nicely as the black did. Don't let him tell you he deserves it. Hold on. Let me get some Arknights action going for you guys. Let's see. We'll do just some for funsies. All right, where did the face mask? Oh, there it is. Okay. So you get some Arknights in the background. Aren't you glad, Gavin? Now you don't need to sit through those ads. That's fine. See, here's the thing, right? Like, for me, streaming right now, it's really more of a hobby than anything. I'm not too pressed to, like, oh, get numbers or viewerships and make it big and stuff like that. That's not really my focus right now, right? It's more for me to practice and work on things like communication or being more entertaining, if you will. You know, it's the other things, the side goals, or the transferable skills, if you will. Which is also why there's I do need to have some level of intent or taking the streaming things a little bit seriously so that I actually put effort into it, right? That I actually put effort to try to be entertaining. Because let's be honest, it's not that hard to just turn on a stream and play games for like 10 hours, right? But to be on for, say, 10 hours and attempt to be actively engaged with the audience, that's what's hard. And that's the challenging aspect of it, right? What am I going to do tomorrow? Well, we'll see how this shakes out. If it dries out nicely, then we'll go for the red coat and we'll continue with the candy coat. It's not an ancient Gunpla technique, man. Dude. It's very modern. Candy coats? It's what you have on your cars. Tomorrow, yeah, so as far as tomorrow goes, if the silver coat goes on well, then we'll just do a clear red coat. But we might switch it up. We might play some games. Oh, you want me to read it out? All right, here we go. Let me just pull up the chat. All right. A candy coat is an ancient Gunpla technique passed down from generation to generation. It involves a secret hidden method of paint thinning and sniffing, which allows for a beautiful clear translucent layer to be applied through a metallic-like shell. Noble has learned this ability after training under the waterfall for many moons, while carefully applying his brushstrokes in an invisible form. Alright, there, I read it out. Do I stream every day? No, I do not stream every day. I actually work a full-time job, so I have IRL stuff to take care of first, and IRL like working stuff always comes first, and streaming comes after. So I stream whenever I have time, and whenever I feel like it, right? That's but one of the things that I am trying to do is work on a schedule, right? That's part of my not sure yet. I think tomorrow, if anything, it's gonna be a late night stream. Like it's gonna be much later in the evening. Maybe after like 10 p.m. or something, and only for like an hour. So probably not tomorrow. I think the earliest would probably be maybe the weekend. Because for me, the best days right now is like Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. Those are my three, like, okay, I most likely can stream. All right, look. The mask came out pretty nicely. Now for the other days, maybe Tuesdays. Right now, my schedule is Tuesdays, I can do it like bi-weekly. Wednesdays, also bi-weekly. So like whenever there's a Tuesday stream, there might not be a Wednesday one, and whenever there's a Wednesday stream, there might not be a Tuesday one. And for Thursdays, it's Thursdays and Fridays are also going to be like late night DGen hours for various IRL reasons. Yeah. Okay, so the back of the mask, I don't really need to put too much effort in. I just need to get it lightly coated so that it doesn't appear too patchy, but we don't need to go overboard for the back of the mask because that's going to be hidden, right? All right, so there's our mask. Looks quite nice. Okay. This is the ears on the Grimgird. So this goes onto the side of the head. Right, so this is one of those pieces where it doesn't like to stay onto the clip. So Gotta make sure it's held on nice and tight. But yeah, I mean, I don't just build Gunpla, right? I do have sometimes play games. I've been playing Tales of Arise recently, which is a JRPG that I've been enjoying quite a bit. Thank you. I try to be as that we're trying to go for those comfy vibes. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right, so like from certain angles, this looks quite nice. But then if you look at it straight on, it's kind of lacking. But maybe that is kind of what we're going for a candy coat. Like we need that depth. So like depending on where the light hits it, we get a different shade. Okay. So yeah, maybe we'll just leave it like this. Let it dry out. Oh, that went too hard. But yeah, on the topic of streaming every day, because this is largely just me, there's a lot of stuff kind of behind the scenes that I need time to work on as well. So things like planning or creating assets for a stream, right? Things like working on stickers, which I'm working on the side. All of that is being done in-house and during my free time. So to that end, that is definitely going to affect whether or not how frequently I'm able to stream. Right. And it's not that I'm not willing to, or I don't have the means to, say, hire an editor or commission like emotes and stuff like that. And it's not that I don't want to, right? For the viewers or whatnot. It's just that right now it doesn't really make much sense for me to do it. Just because I'm not there yet, right? If it's something that, you know, I plan to do anyways, like buy a game or something, then yeah, that's fine. I'll buy a game and stream it. But not ready to spend purely for the purpose of streaming, right? Which is why I haven't gotten something like a, say like a Steam Deck or a capture card, something like that. I'm not there yet, right? And I'm gonna be the first one to admit it, right? Whew. That was quite a heavy layer. Oh. Alright, we have a second ear that we need to go through. So I don't know if you can see this right now. Whoops. But you can kind of see how it's not... Like, you can see where the brush strokes are, which way I'm painting, which direction I'm painting in. And that's exactly why we try to thin our acrylics when we're... Especially when we're hand brushing. Is because when the paint dries too quickly, you can see those brush strokes. However, on the flip side, if you thin it too much, right? Too much of a good thing, as they say. The paint becomes too thin, and it'll end up pooling on the edges. So you get like a thick clump of paint sticking out on the edge. And it's not impossible to deal with, right? You can just, once again, just sand it down and fix it that way. But then it becomes a matter of, you know, sanding and then repainting and sanding again. All right, I think this one... Oh, this is supposed to be smooth here, huh? There we go, much better. All right. We can set that aside now. How many other red parts? I believe... Okay, so this is the back of the head. This we're not going to be painting silver. We're going to do something different. We'll figure that out. We have some reds here. Okay. So this one, 100% going to be red. Just get some thinner on the brush. Let me just tap the bottle. This one's going to be a little bit difficult to paint on stream, but we'll do our best. And by difficult, I mean it's because the piece is quite long, and the camera doesn't really do a good job of catching everything. Oh, right, and also this one is one where we need to go on both sides, because even though this is the main side with all the detail, you can still see that the other side will show when you put the kit together. So for these more complex pieces are a little bit harder to paint, we might need to break it into 2 parts, or like 2 painting sessions. Once the silver part dries, then we can flip it around and paint the other side. But we try to avoid it wherever we can and try to get it all in one sitting. I think I need a bit more thinner. Yeah, you can kind of see the unevenness with the paints right now. Let's see. I think I had a different brush that I was using. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, got some paint on my hands. Oh well, happens. Alright, let me go find a different brush. I'm gonna be right back real quickly. Oops. Alright, I'm back. And I think we found it. We have some more narrow tipped brushes for some finer detail work. That's what we're going to use. All right. Back at it we go. So let's see. We might need to do a little bit of... Oh, that's a lot of paint there. So we have this acrylic piece right now that we just used to dry off our brush. We try to move some of the excess over to where there's paint needed. Oh, okay. So it's about to fall off the alligator clip, and so we'll do a quick handoff. Just there we go. Okay, we've repositioned our piece and we can continue. All right, so maybe we just use some thinner instead. Yeah. Instead of adding more paint. I'm actually very much looking forward to the fact that clear paints don't need to be thinned. I'm not gonna lie, thinning paints, the most painful part of the process. Thinning paints and cleaning up. Cleaning up is never fun, but you know, you gotta do it. I think I can use some more paint. Now that I think about it, it might be pretty troll if I used a tool cleaner to thin my paints instead. That might actually destroy the plastic too, so maybe we won't do it. Unless we're trying to go for battle damage. Okay, I think we let this dry first, and then we'll apply some more paint to it. Right now, we don't seem to be making much progress. Okay, I'm just gonna set this aside for now. We'll come back to this later. And this is the... Yeah, I mean, that's good. Remember to do your homework. Oh. I think candy coats go best on curved pieces. Because with the curved pieces, the light will naturally hit it at different angles and automatically add the depth compared to, say, a straight flat piece. Is it? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the vibe is a little bit chaotic. Okay, it depends on what game we're playing. If it's Apex with the homies, it does get a little wild, I'm not gonna lie. But if we're just building or playing JRPG, yeah, this is what we go for. So let's be honest, the workday, the day itself is just stressful enough. Right? Sometimes we all just need that place to sit back and unwind, relax, do some chores, do some homework. But if you really want to, I guess, updates on whether or not I'm going to be streaming, I think Twitter would be a better place to just follow me. I think there's a link in the description or something. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, I usually would mention something if I'm planning to stream that day or not. Since I'm not necessarily a frequent or like daily streamer, and I don't really have a schedule planned out yet. We're just playing it by ear. Your Twitter link doesn't work? Oh. All right, give me 1 second. Twitter link does not work. Note to self, don't move around with paintbrush in mouth. Channel. Oh. Okay. I think I might know why. Creator dashboard. Let's do give me 1 second while I find. I think it's on the stream manager. Edit stream info. No. Where does it? Clip. Permission pool. Channel. There it is. Okay. Let me edit. Okay, so Twitter link should be updated and it should be working now. I had an equal sign in it. You just needed to I just needed to remove that and the link should work. Hopefully it does. I did not lick some paint, but when I turned, my brush did strike the tip of my my mic. So I did get some paint on my mic, unfortunately. I got it off with my hands, but now there's paint on my hands, so hey. No one ever said painting was a clean endeavor. So let's get back to that. But yeah, I don't stream I stream on an irregular schedule, so definitely best place to find out whether or not I'm streaming that day is on Twitter, X, whatever. Okay, I have my own thoughts on the whole Twitter X thing, but it's at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? My thoughts don't really make much of an impact on how things already are. 8 views. Are we at 8? You're up to 6. Oh well. That's fine. Maybe you're scaring them away, Gavin. You gotta be more welcoming, you know? Show some hospitality. We'll go over the insides here lightly with a bit of silver. We don't know how much of it's gonna show, but give it that little bit of reflection in case it does shine through. Give your paint a good stir every now and again, lest it dries up being out in the open like this. All right. There's one bit here that's not really wanting to stick some paint on it. Right, again, we will probably let it dry out. Oh, okay, so that was a bit much. Definitely a bit much. So we'll catch it on the ends. Palworld Nuzlocke. I've thought about it. But I don't know. See, when you're thinking of things to do for like content, right? You kind of gotta find a balance between things that you can focus on, or things that you can do decently, but also be able to entertain, right? For streaming. Like, some things are fun to do, but not fun to stream. And what that is varies from person to person, right? Palworld No Pals is definitely doable. I think I saw someone from Hololive doing it. Okay, there's a little bit of black still not being covered, but once again, we'll just wait for it to dry and we should be able to work it out after. Maybe. See, the thing with Palworld is I don't think I'm very good at streaming Palworld. Right? When I play Palworld, especially when playing solo. Obviously, leaving computer performance and stuff like that aside, I tend to just tunnel on the game, which results in neglecting the viewers. And that's not something that I personally want to do. Right? Or feel comfortable doing. Like, me enjoying myself or me focusing at the expense of the viewers is not, you know, not something that I'm about to go and do. Now, for example, like taking Gunpla building, right? I am very comfortable. Oh, well, see, that's the thing, right? For example, like building Gunpla, right? Some people might have to focus, like give their 100% to building Gunpla, right? Me is like, because I'm comfortable with a large part of what I'm doing, I can divert my focus and focus on chat a little more, right? Some people are very good at League to the point where they don't need to focus 100% on the game. Yeah, I mean, throughout the entire process of Gunpla building, though, I think I'm okay with like interacting with chat as I'm doing it. Because so much of it is you can fix it retroactively, right? Yeah, okay, so I do need to wait for it to dry. And then we'll just apply a bit more paint. We just need a thicker layer. Yeah, it definitely depends on what task you're doing as well. So like for League, for example, right? I'd say my Zillion games are where I can interact more with chat than if I'm playing something that's not Zillion. We'll see. Because with how much I'm streaming right now, right? Tales of Arise, Gunpla building, and then the occasional Apex night with the homies kind of fills up my schedule. Unless we're like saying, okay, so I'm just gonna build Gunpla like once every other week and play Tales of Arise like once every other week. So I'd rather wait till I finish Tales, and then we'll pick up a new game. Alright. So eventually, we will have a silver coat of paint on this. But right now is not that time. Right now we're still trying to... The first layer. Tales is a JRPG. It's by Bandai Namco. Alright. So I think that was all of the parts that we were gonna do candy coating for the head and the arm. Well, the left arm. We still have some parts that we're gonna be going over with a metallic gunmetal. But we still have some pieces that we're going to be doing with the candy coat, so we have still some more silver to go. Okay, so I need to be careful with the edge here because it's already covered in paint, and I don't recall how much of it is going to be used in another part. Okay, so this one has the silver coat on it, but you can also see like the let's see there. Yeah, you can see how like there's some black outlining. That's because the paint is thin enough that it leaves the edges. And you know what? We're gonna leave this piece like that. We're not gonna cover the whole thing with silver. We'll let it dry, and it's probably gonna look pretty nice after we put the clear red on. So we'll see. Cool. I think I elbowed a piece. Double take on the paint. Gotta move some of the pieces around that I've just painted because they're a little bit in the way with what I'm currently doing. Oh, so are my cables and stuff. But it's fine. It's all gonna be okay. Okay, so that's probably far enough. Next piece. This long rear skirt. Another long piece. And the thing with long pieces is just that it's a little bit hard to paint on stream. Mainly because of how my camera is set up. Yes, you do get an Ara Ara. Unfortunately. I don't know why I have it there. I'm probably gonna move it. Also, but I don't even think I have... Okay. Here's the thing, Gavin. Hold it for now. Don't use the channel points. I need to figure out if I get a sound alert or sound notification when someone does use a channel point. Because if they use it and then I don't hear it, it's kind of like rip, right? Yeah, so let me figure that out first. We do have a couple of sub-only emotes though that you can probably start using. Made by yours truly. Oh no. I better practice then. Yeah. So like I said, right, these stickers all made in-house. All right. All right, you know what? Maybe I should have increased it. 2K sounds pretty cheap. Oh my gosh. I'm a little concerned. 2K might be a little bit free for you guys. Are you automatically getting channel points though? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's good. That's good. Oh no. All right, Law. So maybe we test it out on something smaller first. We do need better CP rewards. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But it has to be like within my ability to grant, you know? You already have 1K? What the heck? Oh wait. Was it because you were watching yesterday as well? Uh, make an animal noise, do an accent. Okay. I think accent's a no-go. Um, unless we get to like specify what kind of accent and like not leave that to. I feel like that will run into a lot of other issues. Speaking Kanto for a minute. Sure. Speaking Kanto for a minute. We can do that. Learn a language for 10 minutes for 50k points. Dude, learn a language for 10 minutes. We can make that 10k points. Oh, 20 minutes? Learn a language 20 minutes? We can make that 10k points. Maybe then I will actually like try to actually continue learning French and stuff. French, Japanese. Maybe that's the way to do it. 1k points? Nah, 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 nah. 10k, 10k. 10k. And then we can accumulate it, and then we'll like do a single stream where we're like granting all of those points at once. Yeah, that's true. The 10-20 minute stuff is kind of, unless it's like stream related, right? So realistically, that's a little bit hard to pull off. I mean, you can just Duolingo as a stream, right? It's a streaming option. So you don't have to do it. Do not, Gavin. Do not give 10 subs. No, no. Okay, so here's the thing with subbing, right? I don't need it. Do it if you want to and you have the means to, right? I will be just fine with or without. Yeah. 100k reward to actually do a Duolingo stream? Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. But yeah, on the topic of subs, like, dude, for real, for real. You don't have to. Also no, Gavin. Once again, I'm streaming for primarily myself, and if people like it, they stick around. Law, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I don't actually make that much. No, well, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it on stream, but like, if anything, I'd say my job gives me time to stream, right? At my previous place, I wouldn't even have the time to consider streaming. Like that would have just been like what with with my day job and then all the Starbucks shifts I pick up on the weekend and then that McDonald's thing I work nights for and then the streaming on the side. Yeah, totally. Dude, not even close, man. Six figures in yen. That would work. Six figures in Japanese yen. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I don't think I'd ever leave my day job to go full-time streaming though. I think this came out quite nicely. As an aside. Let's give it a little bit more pizzazz. There. No. I don't see myself being able to commit that fully to streaming. One million 1 million followers. So then it depends, right? Because like followers and subs are two different things. Yeah. And then also like followers don't really mean, let's be honest, okay? Like in the grand scheme of things, if followers don't watch your streams, then in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean much. Right? If you look at how a stream is monetized, and you know, actually, I'm not gonna lie, one of the things I did contemplate was doing like a business related stream where we talk about like how, say for example, stream, how you make money, for example, streaming, right? Where does the money come from? Stuff like that. Or like things you need to consider when doing business stuff. Anyways, dude, yeah, I think that will definitely be an idea that we can consider. But like, I mean, just quickly, right? For streaming, right? Followers in and of themselves don't generate revenue for a streamer, right? What followers do is that it increases the no, but followers, like if you just have followers, right? What you need is followers that actually watch your streams. Right? Just having followers, exactly. It is just the prospect of having viewers. That's what followers are. It's a prospect. Yes, they get notifications. No, you're totally correct. Yeah, they get notifications. But just because they get a notification doesn't mean they have to act on it, right? They get, if they're following 10 people, they get 10 notifications. Right? So, yes, followers are important, don't get me wrong. But just followers in and of itself doesn't generate revenue for the streamer. Right? What they need are actively watching followers. then we're talking. Then we're talking. Right? But yeah, so the thing with followers, and that's why you see so many like there's quite a bit of discussion sometimes on places like Twitter where you're like, oh yeah, you have a lot of Twitter followers, right? Making a follower sell account. I kind of like my account right now, dude. See, the thing with this thing with homebrewing everything, like making your PNG model, making your stream layout, the cover art and stuff like that, you kind of grow attached to it. It's like, you know, your baby almost, in a sense, right? I saw the account that has the followers. Yeah, true. Just flip affiliate accounts. Okay, but you need the followers. No, you need the account with the followers before it's monetized. Because once it's monetized, you kind of link it to your own payment information, which is kind of risky, I feel. I don't know if YouTube operating the same way though. Okay, this one we'll come back to. Wait. Oh, I feel like I did this block thing the wrong way. Okay. This one's fine. Because it's just tipping over. But if you just flip it around, it's stable. Holy moly. I've been griefing myself. Okay. So I do play the piano, and one thing that I've been kind of self-teaching myself is guitar. Which has been pretty fun, actually. It's fine. RCM, I made it to grade 10 piano. If we're going by Canadian RCM levels. And I finished that, but I had to go... I was going into university, so I couldn't do the ARCT. But yeah, I think guitar has been really fun to learn. You're trying to get ARCT right now. So you mean like the grade 10 piano? How hard is that? Or what? I think grade 10 piano is not that bad. The songs that you get to play, they're very... Oh, the ARCT certificate? I actually not too sure, but I do know that depends on which one you want to do, right? Because they split it off into performance and teaching. And the teaching one, I know if you want to do the teaching one, you also have to do a bit of music theory. And personally, I don't like doing music theory, so I was always going to be going to do the performance route. And with the performance route, I do believe it is not as difficult. Because with the performance route, you just need to... Well, you basically need to put on a show, right? Like, I think you need to play, like, what, 10 songs or something? Yeah, so, like, it's... You need to do, like, what, 10 songs memorized, and it's very technical. So, it can be pretty long, and I think, okay, so looking back, right? Looking back, personally, I think I would have liked the theory if I actually had, if I actually wanted to do it. But the thing is, it's like because a lot of the times, like when you learn piano growing up, right? It's not out of your own will. You burn out very easily. But now that I'm older, it's like a lot of the times it's more self-motivated, self-driven. And so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I would like to do some theory. Maybe I would like to go into the teaching route of ARCT. Yeah. So like things like well, exactly. So like if you want to do it, I think it's definitely a lot easier to learn and do. You have to want to do it, I think, a lot of the times. Harmony is definitely not easy. But you don't... Okay, so here's the thing, right? You don't need the harmony stuff for your school credits. So honestly, you just need to pass it. And if you pass it, then you're good. You're golden. Right? It's different for like your grade 9, grade 10 theory stuff, because that one you need it for a high school credit. Assuming that wherever you are at, you're eligible for the high school credit. Oh, to a certain extent though, you do need to remember some stuff. For most majors, yes. But sometimes it allows you to use the spare to take something else, you know? For example, I used my music credit and I took badminton instead as like a high school course. And it was just a good change of pace from all the academics that I had to do. All right. Yeah. So we had badminton as a class. It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It was definitely an Asian school, let me tell you that. Go. Badminton outside. Nice. I really like playing badminton. After I finished university, I had a bunch of friends that we played badminton with up until the pandemic hit, and then all of that kind of just drifted. I still play every now and again, but definitely not a weekly thing. Drop-ins has gotten so much more expensive too, which is unfortunate. So I went to one called University of Toronto. I don't know if you heard of it. Um, I mean, it's just well known, right? I think their downtown campus is the St. George campus is pretty good. Yeah. Although the thing for me, from my understanding, right? At least U of T in general is a well-known school, which was kind of what affected my decision to go. Oh yeah? Cool. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Forgot if this one was red too. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So this one's also for candy coating. Oh, this one's gonna be nice. I feel it. It's curved and everything. I think that's a school that's pretty much on most people's lists for one thing or another. And that's some ambitious goals. Better get that 4.0 GPA, that SAT. Oops. No, you can't just be any minority though, right? Wasn't there that whole scandal thing? with their enrollment or like admissions practices. It do be like that some places. All right. We'll see. We'll put that back. And then we'll start going back and touching up some of the other pieces. Should have dried pretty well by now. So right now we're just doing some touch up because first coat was a little bit rough. So we just add a second one. We might lose out on some of the details, but that's fine. I'm just dabbing it with some thinner, and then hopefully that will help it with the leveling. Okay, so this is peeling off a bit. I wonder if the base layer is not fully cured, that's why. The black I'm talking about. Okay, so we might need to give it a little more time for it to fully cure before we can continue. Oh, excuse me. All right. This is actually true. Once you start working, it's like more about your work experience than it is about where you went to school or your grades. You could, right? But it all depends on what do you mean by a decent life, right? What is your bar for a decent life? You gotta ask yourself that. And then from there, it's like, can McDonald's meet my personal definition of what a successful life is, or decent life is, right? So it's like, it's all subjective. And that's why rather than worrying about the guy next to you, one's gotta just mostly worry about themselves, right? Okay, this arm piece thing turned out kind of bad this year. But we might need to do some more. Oh, we still need to do the other side as well. Yeah. Let me just put that down a bit. We go ahead and pick it back up. Life lessons with Noble. I mean, hey, if you learn something from this, that's good. If you learn something about building plastic models, totally fine. If you learn something else, that's great too. Right? I'm here to learn too. Mostly through self-discovery, but it's still learning. And I think that's okay. What's really scary is actually when you feel like you've stopped learning. That's when you start to realize how boring things are, or can be. I need to thin this out a little more. You think you've peaked, Law? I think you still have a lot to learn. Gavin, you definitely have a lot to learn. How can I fix this? Maybe more thinner? Again, we don't know if the channel point thing works. You might want to use it on something smaller first. Law, we might need to implement a rate limit on how quickly people are getting channel points. This is ridiculous. You can't rate limit people? Oh my god. Okay, so I do not get... Oh. I do not get a sound notification when someone redeems an RR. So we're gonna have to figure out how... We're gonna have to figure out how to do it. Alright, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to collect myself. I'm just gonna... take some deep breaths before it doesn't have to be like a woman. It just has to be an Ara worth 2k points. Give me a moment, give me a moment. I'm trying to collect myself right now. Alright. For this, we're gonna have to turn down the music. Alright. So, for the first 2k point redeem by Law, you're gonna get an Ara. Alright, so here we go. Ara. Wait, that was a little bit bad. Hold on, let me redo. Double take. Ara. How was that? I think that was pretty good. Oh, it felt so bad though. I don't want to do it again. Wait, how do you have another one? How do you have another one? What? Dude, how many do you Oh my god. Okay. No, we gotta increase the price on that then. That's gotta be expensive. Ara. There. There's your second one. Why? Because it's that good, right? It's that good. It needs to be expensive. Oh, hold on. Good. Nah, man. The Redeemer said it was okay. I got a pass. Oh, wait. You know what it is? I think my mic is blowing out. I need to... Hello? Testing? No, it didn't cut off. It did. Definitely did. I will watch the tapes. I will watch the tapes and make sure it didn't cut off. The second one felt good? Okay, nice. All right, kids. Noble here is gonna teach you a lesson on inflation. Law. I think it's about time we're due for an inflation, right? The price of Aras just goes up. Law's wealthy. Okay, see, here's the thing, right? Here's what you guys don't understand. Law is a mod. Okay? Law is a mod. And therefore, he can just give himself points. It doesn't matter if he raises it. He'll just give himself more points and redeem Aras. Right? But the difference is it'll be more expensive for you, Gavin, and Sandy. All right? Oh no. Yamete? Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun. I want to dig a hole and bury myself in it now. Okay. We've kind of salvaged. Oh, my bad. While I was busy cringing off screen, we've kind of salvaged parts of it. I'm finished? What do you mean I'm finished? We've only just started. Finished in the social ladder. Nah, I think it's fine. This is all in good fun, right? At the end of the day, it's all in good fun. And RRR in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean much, right? So sometimes you just gotta take it on the chin, right? Like a lot of the times, people get worked up over things that really it doesn't matter, right? And it shouldn't. There's a lot of things that should matter. Don't get me wrong. But people tend to get worked up over things that either don't or shouldn't, right? And I think that really holds people back. Oh yeah, definitely I should add things that I should do. Within reason, of course. Sing a song. I think it has to be within a certain selection because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you see, if you hold on, let me just turn on the Spotify again. Like if you can hear the background music going on, right? That's the kind of music I generally listen to, like lo-fi, instrumental stuff, right? So as far as songs go, I'm honestly not too familiar with a lot of them. And the okay, so law, the thing with choosing songs that for me to listen to, like or play on stream, right? Um, the issue would be copyright because I think even for example, Tales of Berseria, the intro cinematic, the music there is actually copywritten, which is interesting because the game isn't, right? So I actually get that section of the stream, the audio cuts out because it's copyrighted. So yeah, that's some food for thought. Oh no, no, I'm not making a career out of it. So yeah, it's definitely could be like it's definitely doable. I'm just saying it's a little bit of a pain. Yeah, that's fine. What time is it? Holy smokes, 10:40. It's almost 11. Okay. So the silver mostly came out okay, I think. For the most part. Some blips here and there, but oh, sorry about that. Let me fix that for you. Is that better? Thanks. Yeah, so that's fine. 6 to 4. Give you guys mod powers. That is not for me to give. That is for Law is the mod now. He is the real mastermind. Could give VIP for CP reward. What is yeah, I mean, I don't know what VIP is, but that works. Yeah, Gavin, you know those streams were more like pilots and they're actually on a different account. I'm not gonna lie. I've made like I think this is my third Twitch account. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. But yeah, Gavin, those were old pilots, and definitely not serious. This one was probably, hmm. I think it had to do with the email that I was using first and foremost, and then this one just happened to stick. You're gonna have to, Law. You're gonna have to reach out. Just DM me what your project is. Oh wait. Oh, is it what I think it is? Interesting. Okay, okay. Tell me more about it in DMs. We can talk it over. There. Yo. Wait, huge if true. All right, all right. You and I, we're gonna chat after this stream is over or something. Yeah, that's nice. 58 followers. We've come a long way. Pop off and hit 60. Nah, see, here's the thing, right? Before, when I was like, I think when I was around 40-ish, like almost at 50, I made a push to get monetized, right? And that's just so I can start getting monetized. But now that I am monetized, I don't feel as rushed to like grow. I kind of want to grow organically, right? Like I'm sure there's a lot of ways you can go about like getting followers, but personally, I value quality over quantity, right? The followers that like vibe with your community, that's kind of what I'm going for. So while yes, it would be nice to have like I guess pop off and become like a big streamer, it's not really what I'm out to do right now. Yeah, so like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much, right? Like, sure, you get followers, but the viewers don't change. I would say like right now, you know, the um the amount of chat conversation that we're having, I'm finding quite enjoyable. This is a good starting point, right? It is a milestone, but remember, you need 50 to monetize to become affiliate. Right? 50 is the threshold for affiliate. All right. So right now I'm just touching up the. Oh yeah, for sure. So it really does depend on what I'm comfortable with, and like for example, if we do get a lot more followers, right? Yeah, yeah. Good night, Sandy. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Um, exactly. So like, depending on what the viewers want to, right? If they want something more close and more personable, yeah. Good night, good night. We'll see. We'll see if I stream tomorrow. I might not. Depends. Because I have some stuff going on later in the evening. Yeah. But I'll try to. I'll try to. It might be late night, but yeah, we'll try. Yes, yes, yeah. But yeah, like Gavin, to your point, right? If viewers are looking for more of like a streamer they can interact with and someone that talks back, right? Having a lot of viewers and an active chat is a lot harder, right? Harder to see the conversation, harder to see the individual comments. It becomes a lot more difficult to be interactive. Now, you compare that to like I'd say like you look at larger streamers, right? How little they interact with, or how like they can have dialogue too, right? But they need to intentionally pick out comments. And so like it really depends on what the viewers are looking for. All right? And it becomes a game of probability once you have a lot of viewers and an active chat, right? Is it likely that the streamer will see your particular comment? Maybe, maybe not, right? Not likely. So that's something you need to be cognizant of, or they make you pay for it. Exactly. Then you come into like the whole super chats and like bits and stuff like that and TTS. And the other part of that too is like what I'm comfortable with entertaining, because if you do have a lot of viewers, you kind of need the technology, like the TTS and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not familiar enough with like the whole Twitch thing to be able to set that up properly, effectively, right? And kind of like on my own. That said, if we were to reach that point, I probably won't need to. Exactly, like Law could help me. I wouldn't need to do it solo, right? But that's a big if. So, like, I'm not in a rush because I'm not ready personally to entertain that many people. I don't feel like I'm ready to entertain that many people. Which is why it's like little steps, right? Yeah. All right, see you, Law. Yep. So yeah, I mean, overall, there's a lot to consider. When you're thinking about like growth and stuff like that as a streamer. All right. So, I mean, if you ever want to get into streaming, right, these are some things that you'll probably end up considering too. Right? It's not like especially if you're trying to take it seriously. I mean, me, I'm still kind of on the fence in the middle of like being serious about it and like casual. Honestly, I would still say I would think that I'm more casual. So, yeah, we'll see. Or like, Like what? So, like, if you're talking like otaku, it depends on what you mean by otaku, right? I think a bit of both. Like, I want to be able to offer a nice vibe, a nice environment, but like, if people appreciate the specific content that we're doing at the time, that'd be nice too, right? For example, like model kit building, right? You don't have to be a diehard model like Gunpla or like really into building model kits, right? And we can probably wrap up here. And let's just switch over to the so you don't have to necessarily like model kit building to enjoy this particular stream, I guess, right? If you just enjoy the music, the conversation, maybe the voice, right? And that's fine too. Now, if you like building plastic model kits, Gunpla, tanks, warships, stuff like that. Yeah, the voice is a stretch, right? Different strokes for different folks, right? It's whatever. I'm just saying for an example, right? In general, if people like building model kits and they want to talk about that, then that's great too. We can talk about building model kits. Ultimately, I think there's a nice balance, like people who just want to join and have fun, right? For example, if I'm playing Apex Legends and we're having like a kind of like a bros kind of vibe, and you're just playing games with the homies, right? And it's got this very upbeat, very exciting, very fun vibe, right? Then people come in just to have fun, just to chill, just to hang out, just to talk, right? They don't have to like Apex Legends. Well, think about it. I feel like for you specifically, we'd have to do a lot of prep work first, because there's definitely some level of filter required, especially on a stream, right? Now, if I'm not monetized and stuff like that, or if I wasn't trying to take it seriously, I can be a lot more loose with kind of what I'm expecting for people to be on stream. But that's not the case, right? Well, we'll see, right? That's something that we'll have to see. So yeah, I mean, eventually. See, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? You say you don't do it on you don't do that stuff on stream, but one would typically think you'd be a lot more careful IRL rather than on stream, right? So yeah, okay, I would not say that the possibility is zero. Yeah, exactly, you get clipped. I would not say that the possibility is zero, right? But it's definitely not something that I would do in a short amount of time, right? Because I also want to find content that both parties, that everyone involved would be enjoying, right? Like if we're doing something that, I'm having fun but you're not, or if you're having fun but I'm not, then it becomes a moot point, right? Then it doesn't make sense to do it. So until we can find, the subject, the game that we're playing or whatever, that everyone can have a good time doing, right? It's gonna be on kind of like on a back burner sort of thing. It's not gonna be something that's gonna happen anytime soon. So I'm thinking that the paint has been thinned too much for that one particular piece. Yeah. So like, yeah, for me particularly, like I know a lot of people don't care, right? Or they like don't think about it as much. But for me, I do think about it that much, right? And so that's why for me, it's important to make sure that, especially if I'm planning, and even if I'm planning to do collaborations with other streamers, right? Some of my friends also do streaming, right? And I am interested in doing collaborations with them. But like, I know they don't do certain games. Then as the person who's wants to do the collaboration, I need to think of things to do, right, that everyone will have a good time doing. Then you take on the role of not only a streamer, but also as a host. You're not just worrying about your chat, you're also worrying about the other content creators that you've invited to participate in a collaboration, right? There's a lot more responsibility and a lot more work involved to make sure everybody, because ultimately at the end of the day with a collaboration, you want to make sure everybody has a good time, right? The chat, the streamer, and then everybody who's collaborating, who you're collaborating with, all the guests, right? I mean, a case can be made that you don't need to do that much. Like you can just wing it. But that really depends. Yeah, I have a few artist friends that I've been thinking about collaborating with. But I don't know what kind of content people will be comfortable doing. Right? And then the organizing and stuff like that. Also, like, the thing is, I'm not going to be around much in March, right? Me? March? I'm going to be out of the country. I'm going traveling for about a month. Yeah, I took a month off. 3 weeks. About. So I won't be doing much streaming in March either. We can talk about it after. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up stream real quick. Oh, welcome back, Law. I'll talk to you. I'll send you a DM after. But I'm just gonna close up stream. It's been what, 2.5 hours? Not bad if I do say so myself. You know, I think I had a good time today. I hope all of you guys did too. Thank you everyone who dropped by, whether or not you stayed. Those of you who dropped by and still stuck around, do remember to drop a follow. And yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. Yeah, you guys caught me at a bad time. I'm just dipping right now. We're just closing up, wrapping up. But I hope you guys do come in for the next one. I don't know when it's gonna be. It might be tomorrow. But thank you for everyone who stuck around. Thank you, Law, for the gifted sub again, and Sandy for the follow. Before we sign off, I just want to remind everyone to stay hydrated, stay wet, stay moist, and have a good night. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.